What happens when we reverse the roles, meaning when we, as victims, ignore the narcissist and remain completely silent? Remember the punitive silence we talked about, and how the narcissist uses it. Now, we are going to apply this strategy to the narcissist. This approach is one of the most challenging things that a narcissist can face, and it's one of the harshest punishments they can endure from you. If you find that you need to leave the abusive relationship completely and cut off contact with the narcissistic person, silence can be your most effective and powerful weapon. In addition, it's an extremely effective strategy that never fails, and its results are guaranteed. Although my way of speaking is in a gender-neutral form to facilitate information transfer, it's essential to know that everything we discuss about narcissism is not specific to any particular gender, whether it be women or men. The narcissistic personality we're talking about can be either a man or a woman. Thank you very much for your support. If you find this content helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for helping spread this message to those who can benefit from it. Believe me, when you choose silence in dealing with a narcissist, you are protecting yourself with ease and calmness while slowly taking revenge on the narcissist with immense power. This is because, in many cases, it's challenging to completely separate from the narcissist and end the relationship directly. You must keep in mind that when dealing with a narcissistic person, you are dealing with an energy vampire. This is precisely what happens to you when you deal with a toxic narcissist. When you are trapped in a narcissistic relationship or trying to break free from it, you often feel exhausted and drained. What you need to be very sure of is that the narcissist is at the height of happiness and in their best state when your life is filled with chaos, anxiety, and discomfort. The narcissist can often be seen with a smug and self-satisfied smile when they feel that they have caused you pain and irritation. When they believe they have the power to affect you in this way, they consider you an excellent target and a valuable source of narcissistic supply. What happens next is precisely the behavior of a vampire. The narcissist deliberately provokes you, either positively or negatively, in order to elicit an emotional response from you. This enables them to feed on your emotions and completely drain you. The narcissist puts in maximum effort to get a reaction from you, and once they get a response, they start feeding on it. Your strong emotional response to their provocations or mistreatment becomes the source of the narcissistic supply they seek. The narcissist literally feeds on your negative emotions, which they were the cause of in the first place. They do this to draw your energy and life away from you. They feel entitled to do whatever they see fit, completely lacking empathy for any suffering you endure due to their behavior. However, when you choose silence, you have a sense of certainty within yourself. You are in the same space as the narcissist, which makes them realize that they are no longer important to you. Believe me, everything you do in this manner has no consequences for the narcissist. You are completely safe from their provocations because your silence renders them incapable of provoking or destabilizing you. Your inner peace and emotional stability prevent the narcissist from knowing how to provoke or unbalance you. When you remain completely silent, you starve the narcissist of the narcissistic supply they have been living on from you throughout your relationship. The narcissist has exploited and used you for their benefit and goals. When you can do this and maintain this stance with the narcissist, the game is over. It might not be over entirely, but as long as you continue in this way with the narcissist, a time will come when they begin to despair that you will never change or return to the way you were before. They will start thinking that you are no longer suitable for them, and they will look for an alternative source to fulfill their narcissistic needs. What you need more than anything else is to live in peace and quiet. Believe me, silence is the quickest and easiest way to achieve that. It's like cutting off the oxygen supply to a narcissist, forcing them to look for an alternative source for their narcissistic supply. The narcissist becomes virtually non-existent to you, and you can focus on yourself and find your true path to recovery from this toxic relationship. This is what will fundamentally change the game with the narcissist. Please share in the comments if you have tried this approach with a narcissist or narcissistic individual and what the results were. When you implement complete silence with the narcissist, it's as if they no longer exist, and you can live your life the right way. You can also free yourself from them and change for the better. Starving the narcissist this way makes them move away from you, as they realize that you no longer have anything to offer them. This only happens when you are sure that you have nothing left to give. Don't forget that no matter how long the narcissist has been away from you, they might attempt to return to see if you have changed or if you missed them during their absence. It's their way of making sure whether you still want them or have started thinking about returning to them, thus restarting the cycle of narcissistic abuse. Dealing with a narcissist in complete silence is not something everyone can do, and not all victims can resist the narcissist's provocations and mistreatment. However, believe me, this is the best way to handle a narcissist and avoid their mistreatment entirely, ultimately getting rid of them for good. We all deserve kindness and respect in which our feelings and emotions are valued. But before we seek those who respect and value us, we must first respect and value ourselves and prioritize our well-being. Always remember and keep in front of your eyes the mistreatment the narcissist subjected you to, how they exhausted your spirit and self with their hurtful and discouraging behavior, regardless of their position in your life or their place in your heart. Regardless of our good-heartedness and extreme empathy, narcissists never understand these qualities or sincerity in emotions. All they understand is manipulation, exploitation, and complete draining of anyone they engage with in any relationship. Try to understand very well what kind of person you are dealing with and be mindful of their deceitful and manipulative behavior. Remember how they used to treat you with extreme love and care when they wanted to gain control over you, and how they turned into a harmful and hurtful person without any empathy or guilt once they achieved that control. When you engage in destructive behavior in a relationship and find yourself feeling empathy or tolerance for such a personality, you are lying to yourself and betraying yourself even more than the narcissist. You would be in a way unfair to yourself because you have deceived yourself before they did. Try to understand what silence means in this context and realize how powerful and effective it can be in dealing with a narcissist. It allows you to communicate your message without even speaking. This weapon is what will enable you to exit this experience and rebuild yourself. By doing so, you can live your life normally, the way you were meant to live it, rather than drowning in negative emotions and letting the fake person you are dealing with wear a mask that hides a deceptive, manipulative personality. The narcissist will constantly seek power and control over you, whether overtly or covertly, influencing your perspective of the people around you, your perception of them, and your opinion of the narcissist. Once the narcissist realizes they can no longer manipulate you, they lose complete control and any influence over your mind. They want you to say and do what serves their desires, and your actions should align with their goals. Even if they reach a point where they try to turn anyone who knows you against you or change their perspective of you, their control is lost once they can no longer manipulate you directly. And most importantly, never try to convince a narcissistic person that their behavior is wrong, because you would be wasting your time and effort on someone who cannot be convinced, even for a moment, that they are acting wrongly. They consider everyone around them to be wrong, and only they are right. Even if the narcissist manages to convince some of your friends with lies about you, there will surely be some who won't believe what the narcissist says about you. Those are your true friends, the ones you can rely on for support and solidarity. During your journey to recover from the narcissistic relationship, you should expect difficult times. This stage won't be easy for you, but with strength, patience, and the right support, you can overcome it and fully heal from the effects of the toxic narcissistic relationship. Even when facing reputation-damaging campaigns orchestrated by the narcissist, I understand that having people you care about or close friends believe falsehoods about you can be painful. However, the silence we discussed can be a highly effective remedy in this scenario. If you can control your emotions and remain silent during these challenging times, you will defeat the smear campaigns. After the narcissist has done everything in their power, including spreading lies and deceit about you, remember that this stage will come to an end. No conflict lasts a lifetime. Try to identify your true friends, those who genuinely care about you and trust you, and who are worth having in your life. As for people who are easily influenced by the narcissist and their words, you don't need them in your life. You need to understand a very important fact: you truly deserve a better life and better people in it.